I'm going to read you an email that is probably the best email you've ever heard in your entire life.
How'd you do that?
I see that success is not something you pursue, it is something you are.
So I'm going to read you this email that I sent out a while ago, and this was an email to all the guys who were marketing themselves, and they were building a list of events, and they were procrastinating too much. So I sat down and I wrote this email, and I was pissed off as I wrote it. I was like, come on guys. And so this was for people who bought the Event Finder program, and I sent them this email because they would send me a question like this. It would say like, Benji, I've been building my list, and I have almost 100 events on this list, and I'll start contacting them in a week or so. And they would say things like that to me, and they would ask questions where the answers, it was actually in the program, and all they had to do was just implement. That's all they had to do, and then they would get the answer. That's it. But people would send me an email like this saying, Benji, I've been building my list, and I have almost 100 events on this list, and I'll start contacting them next week. So I sat down and I was like, and I got pissed. And I wrote this email. So I'm going to read this email to you because it really does apply to you no matter what. In the email, it goes like this. So here's what I wrote. It has come to my attention that a lot of you who have Event Finder have been building a list of 100 events for days or weeks, and then finally contacting them. You're doing it wrong. Build a list one day, then contact them the next. It doesn't matter if you only built a list of 4 people, contact them the next day and keep alternating. Most of you are moving too slow. You've had Event Finder, you've listened to the audios, you've watched the videos, you've taken a glance at the templates, and you still haven't contacted people. Stop acting like a wuss and start contacting people. You're spending too much time building a list, trying to get to 100, etc., and you're spending no time contacting people. The money comes from contacting people, not building the list. I repeat, do not spend days or weeks trying to build a list of events. Spend one day, then immediately contact all those people the very next day. After you've contacted them, spend the next time building a list again for the next day or a few hours. Then contact them immediately. Spending time building a list of events is just a procrastination method for most people. You're spending very little time talking to people who can hire you because you're afraid they're going to turn you down. Guess what? They will. They will turn you down over and over and over and over. So get over it and start contacting people. Stop worrying about whether or not you should include a comma in a certain place and start acting like a real freaking salesperson who's not afraid to talk to someone. The difference between successful people and everyone else is the speed of implementation. And the second they hear something, they implement fast. 99% of the questions that you have will be answered once you start implementing Event Finder, instead of building up this fear inside your own mind about things that don't actually exist. Right now, you're procrastinating and you're asking these hypothetical questions that don't even exist except in your own mind. You think that these questions are helping you out, but they're tearing you down. You need to get over your reluctance to contact people. If you stop making excuses, you will finally start having a life.